Hey guys, welcome to the Liberal Hive Mind, a channel solely focused on exposing the abundant hypocrisy of the left. Well friends, it's official. Lauren Boebert wins her Colorado district and is re-elected to the United States House of Representatives, adding another seat in the Republican column. I think that's 219 seats for Republicans as of now, if I'm not mistaken. It's likely they're going to hit 220, 221, but this is some really good news because, as I reported the other day, Lauren Boebert was in potential trouble. As Newsweek was reported, there was supposedly thousands of ballots to be fixed or cured, which were expected to go in the direction of Adam Frisch, and we all know how these last-minute situations go, generally benefiting the Democrats, and in a close race like this, I think it was just a little over 1,000 votes that was separating the two candidates. 1,000 votes separating the two with 310 to 320,000 ballots cast. Well, it was a little scary, of course, making Republicans very, very nervous. But as of today, we can officially say that Democrat Adam Frisch, competing to unseat Republican incumbent Lauren Boebert, was unsuccessful. Lauren Boebert is officially the winner of her Colorado district. Big news, as another America First freedom fighter and patriot fighter is headed back to Congress to represent her constituents. And of course, the America First new conservative movement in general as a whole. So of course, let me update you guys on the situation, and I also want to point out what I find a little bit weird. We've got some stuff to get into, so let's roll the tape. All right, folks, so here it is. It's official. Lauren Boebert has won. Quote, "We won. I am so thankful for all of your support, and I am so proud to be your representative."
Hey everyone, great news tonight as almost all the votes have finally been tallied. I'm told that there are less than 200 votes outstanding, which makes me so happy to announce we have won this race. With this victory and with Republicans in control of the House of Representatives, we can focus on the issues that actually matter most, including getting inflation under control, increasing our domestic energy supply, securing the southern border, and being a strong check on the White House. Now, over the next couple of weeks, this race will have an automatic recount, which will be completed in early December. My campaign team and our lawyers will definitely make sure everything is conducted properly. Past recounts in Colorado have resulted in far fewer votes being adjusted than anything that could affect the current outcome we're seeing tonight in this race. So come January, you can be certain of two things. I will be sworn in for my second term as your Congresswoman, and Republicans can finally turn Pelosi's house back into the people's house. Thank you to every volunteer that made calls, knocked doors, and of course, to each of you that has entrusted me with your vote. I am honored to be your representative. I pray for you, and I am so grateful for you. God bless you tonight.
And boy, oh boy, are the leftoids seething. And honestly, for me, I think Marjorie Taylor Greene and Lauren Boebert were the two most important elections in the House of Representatives. Of course, not counting the flips, but just culturally on a surface level, especially on Twitter. Lauren Boebert and Marjorie Taylor Greene are constantly under attack. I mean, the left is obsessed with them. They're always being attacked for how they look, where they come from, how they speak. And so it's almost just a matter of principle. These are the two candidates that I think a lot of people were rooting for because it would just sting so bad to give Democrat voters, to give the Blue Anon Twitter crowd the victory that they so deeply desired. It would have been nothing but vile attacks against these two candidates from the hateful Twitter mob. And I'm glad that we're not seeing that. I'm glad that instead it's just a massive that didn't age well moment as once again Lauren Boebert dunks on the Blue Anon crowd. And so this one is a massive W because people like Lauren Boebert, people like Marjorie Taylor Greene and others fitting that similar mold of being outsiders, not exactly politicians, or being anti-establishment, especially anti-GOP neocon establishment, well, they're public enemy number one of the left for a reason, because they represent the greatest threat to the current political status quo. Some people would say that they're Trump loyalists, but I rather think of it as they're more Trump-style candidates. And again, it really has nothing to do with Donald Trump, it's just this new conservative nationalist movement. These are exactly the people that need to be in leadership positions to break away from the status quo. These are the most important people when it comes to draining the swamp. That's why the left can't stand them, and that's why this is such a massive, big fat W, a big win. You know, voting record matters. And just what Lauren Boebert was mentioning in her victory address, being that staunch conservative wall standing in front of the leftist agenda, standing in front of the globalist agenda, not just automatically agreeing with whatever the new globalist trend is of the week, voting yes to every $1 billion being spent to Ukraine without question, just a blank check. Those are the type of people that the establishment fears the most, and that's why they're hated the most. That's why they're attacked the most. But let's go back to the race here, looking at the map. The numbers as of recording this video, Lauren Boebert leading with 50.1% of the vote to Adam Frisch's 49.9%, 163,832 votes for Boebert, and 163,278 for Adam Frisch. As expected with the ballot curing, Adam Frisch did make some gains, but it was only a net gain of around 400 votes or so. Unfortunately for the Democrats, but fortunately for America, it wasn't enough as the Democrat comes short, 600 votes to take the victory. And here's where it gets a little bit interesting. With a vote so close, 0.2 percentage difference between the two candidates, and in such an emotional, cultural battle, of course with the Democrat machine trying to stop Lauren Boebert at any and all cost, you'd expect Democrats to not concede and to push for a recount, to spend all kinds of money in the process, but instead, Adam Frisch doesn't want to pursue that path at all. This I find weird. That, of course, being very odd. Democrat Adam Frisch conceded to Republican Congresswoman Lauren Boebert on Friday. Frisch said that he called Boebert and conceded. The Democrat told reporters that his campaign is not asking for a recount, the Hill reported. "We are not asking for this recount. It is one that the citizens of Colorado mandate through our election system," he said, telling supporters not to donate to his campaign for the recount effort. "Please save your money for your groceries, your rent, your children," he said. On Thursday, Representative Lauren Boebert, who represents Colorado's 3rd congressional district, announced on her Twitter that she won the race. So very odd indeed why the Democrats would not be pushing for a recount here. But what I think is probably the most simple solution, or the obvious, is that the recount is probably not going to be enough to change the result, and if anything, Lauren Boebert's lead might extend by a little bit. The fact of the matter is that Democrats tried absolutely everything in their power to win this one, to squeak by with this massive upset victory, which would have been a huge upset, but in the end they know it's hopeless. They spent the last week pushing to cure ballots. They probably spent tens of thousands of dollars, maybe even upwards of $100,000 during that process. It's been a massive, widespread collaboration. It wasn't enough, and so this thing is over. It seems as though it's official. Lauren Boebert is headed back to Congress, and leftoids are clearly seething. You can tell by the silence. Seething by omission. If they aren't saying anything, if they aren't gloating, if Lauren Boebert isn't trending, well then you know that the collective Blue Anon left certainly isn't so happy. Another massive win for the America First agenda, and hopefully this continues. Trump endorsements have been pretty stellar so far. I believe Donald Trump's record is above 90% in terms of his endorsements for House candidates. And so while it's a rough and slow battle, it's an uphill battle to drain the swamp, and of course it's a real gut punch to see the Republican House re-elect Kevin McCarthy as leader going forward, opposition to the neocon status quo of old is growing. It's probably a phenomenon that's going to continue. It may not take over the party entirely, but it's certainly going to become a formidable, relevant opponent to the Mitch McConnell, Kevin McCarthy, Mitt Romney faction. They're still dominant when it comes to the numbers of representatives and, of course, senators, but over time we're seeing that change, and that right there, folks, that's a big part of Donald Trump's legacy. People try to make it all about all kinds of different superficial, cultural nonsense stuff, about moments that the media likes to focus on, but at the end of the day, if you look at the results, this right here is the movement. Of course, the movement is continuing strong, it's continuing to grow. It's going to take a whole lot more than Fox News teaming up with the left-wing media to attack and slander this new conservative movement, to attempt to stop this train in its tracks. It's not going to happen. These new conservative candidates are going to continue to fight. They tried stopping Lauren Boebert. It didn't work. They tried stopping Kari Lake as well. And of course, they're celebrating that victory now, but the Kari Lake saga is far from over. She's quite young in the realm of politics, and I can pretty much guarantee you she isn't going anywhere, and she's going to get in one way or another. And I have a feeling that we're going to see a whole lot more Lauren Boeberts and Kari Lakes moving forward as the establishment's grasp continues to loosen. There's a lot of positives, folks. You just got to open your eyes and look for them. That's what I got for you guys, though. Hopefully you enjoyed this video. If you did, make sure to leave a like and possibly subscribe to the channel if you guys are up for it. I'm going to get out of here, though. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you on the next one.